Would you marry into the royal family?
I wouldn't do that. No,
Oh,
I can
okay.
sacrifice my own values. The job is to have no opinions, but be in an incredibly prominent public position.
I feel like they're fighting for their life. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
But you get to a certain point where you're like, this is bull.
Do you not?
Everyone, I would literally marry the Elizabeth line because that saved my life. But I wouldn't actually marry anyone in the actual physical family.
For many years, little girls across the nation have dreamt of the day that they would marry a prince and live happily ever after. Well, we're here at Buckingham Palace, and we're going to go to several palaces across London to understand whether this fairy tale still resonates today. For some, it's the prospect of gaining immense wealth, fame, and power enough to say "I do" at the altar, or have years of tabloid headlines chronicling marital issues and dysfunctional family dramas tarnish the fantasy of marrying into the royal family. Would you marry into the royal family?
I guess I could. Yeah, I mean, for the financial benefits. Yeah, I guess so.
Is that the main reason?
Well, yeah, because I'm not that interested in the royal family, but I know there's power involved in marrying into it. Yeah.
So today we're asking everyone, would you marry into the royal family?
No. No, I don't think so.
No.
Why? Is there someone asking?
Someone's asking me.
Oh, okay. And you're trying to make the decision for yourself.
Yeah, if I would do it.
Well, I suppose when presented with a real person, difficult. You've got to think about it. But no, I think on balance, perhaps not.
No. Would you marry into the royal family? Oh.
A bit late for these two.
Theoretically.
That's got to be easier than paying taxes and going to work. So yeah, it's can't be a
So
bad
money,
thing.
that's one factor.
Well, I like horses, so they like horses in the royal family, so I feel like why not?
Yeah.
Too much exposure. You have to fit into the upper classes as well, which is something I couldn't do.
Yeah, I can't ride a horse.
Oh, you're
I
out.
can't shoot.
Exactly. I'm against fox hunting as well, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard.
What do you think some of the cons would be to marrying into the royal family?
I guess the pressure, societal pressure. There'll be a lot of press. You wouldn't be able to live your life the way you'd want to. Really, I feel like it would be quite controlled. Your image as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stake. So maybe the answer to that is no. No.
You're like, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
And what do you think some of the cons would be? What would you be worried about?
I don't know if you probably answer that one.
What attributes do you think someone marrying into the royal family would need to be successful in that?
Just be good for the public perception, I guess. Like, have a clean image and don't be too crazy, I guess. You got to be really to the book. Like, I don't think you can be like off the rail or anything.
You need to know about the cutlery.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Being born to the right family, probably.
Oh yeah, and that blue blood.
Blue blood.
Nice smile,
Yeah.
good wave.
Good wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice smile, good wave.
Because they seem to be branching out a bit recently, don't they? And I've got a theory about that. I think it's the hairlines. They're worried if they keep going for aristocracy, the hairlines are just going to get further and further back.
Yeah. And do you think people are generally we're pretty harsh on new members of the royal family, or do you think we're quite welcoming?
I mean, I don't really look into it too much, but I know there's a lot of pressure on Meghan Markle and stuff. But yeah, I think there's a lot of it's an outsider thing. Whenever there's outsiders in anything, people react negatively. So yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think it's the first. People aren't that welcoming. No.
Depends. Yeah. It's kind of like Kate would say they're embraced quite well, but I'm sure Meghan would have something to say about that. I don't think she'd agree.
Also, surely there's no perfect way to do that job. The job is to have no opinions, but be in an incredibly prominent public position. And I think that seems really hard. Surely, I mean, there's basically no one who's going to do that perfectly.
But I don't know. I think there's a lot of stigma as well against them. But yeah, sometimes they may refuse to move away from tradition.
To your point, it reaches a certain point. I think a lot of people want to believe in the fairy tale because it's quite
It's nice.
aspirational and escapist, but you get to a certain point where you're like, this is bull.
And lastly, who, past or present, who do you think would be the best person to marry and the worst person to marry from the royal family?
I don't even know her name. The one who's married to Prince William.
Kate Middleton.
Yeah, Kate Middleton. Probably her. Okay. Well, actually, no. She's not even really originally a royal member, is she? She's not.
No, but she's a member of the royal family.
I guess she would be, because she's not bad looking either. So
yeah,
I mean, win-win. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Zara Phillips always seems like she's doing it right. Yeah. She seems fine.
Yeah.
Quite normal.
Yeah.
But then she's not got a title, I think.
Because Princess Anne didn't want that.
Yeah. So I don't know if that counts. But yeah, she seems nice.
Yeah. And what about worst?
Worst, Prince Harry, because I just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just no.
Not for you. No. Not for you.
No.
Worst, definitely Andrew.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably not fun.
Andrew.
Easy.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And Andrew would be worse.
Charles, I probably wouldn't want to be married to him.
Why?
Just seems a bit stuffy, doesn't he?
Stuffy, yeah. It's just called the king boring and stuffy.
You know, he just came in.
Is that
He just entered, yeah.
You saw the car, but we weren't
Yeah,
sure.
Some women took a video of it. Brilliant. And just lastly, who would be the best person to marry from the royal family and who would be the worst?
Oh my goodness, none of them. I don't know.
It's all lies, so I'm going to say none of them.
None of them.
None of them.
So all bad.
I'd say anyone.
Who would be the worst? Come on, there must be a worst.
Andrew?
I mean, Prince Philip for sure.
Okay.
Charles for sure.
The older
All
men.
of them. All of the men, and the women as well. Because if you stay in that, then you are culpable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you so much. love your opinion. I love.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, I love a strong opinion.
Yeah,
so really appreciate that.
I did warn you.
Yeah. No.
You don't want this smoke.
We got what we asked for. You have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks. And this is when I realised that we were being stopped by the police. So if you didn't know, all around Buckingham Palace, anywhere in which the roads are red is owned by the Crown, including Green Park, Hyde Park and all the surrounding areas. So we weren't allowed to film unless we had a permit, even though everyone around us were taking pictures, doing TikToks and filming themselves.
I'm assuming you haven't got a permit to film on here.
No.
You need a permit.
Oh, okay. For what area?
All of the royal parks, it's private land.
So we decided to move on and we headed to Kensington. But to be honest, because of this interaction, it made me really conscious of all the cameras, the armed officers, and the security measures to not only protect the royal family, but the incredibly wealthy and influential people that live around the royal palaces. And instead of feeling protected, it kind of made me feel fearful that living as a member of the royal family is more like living in a gilded cage rather than a palace. And hence gave me a little bit more of an insight into why the royal life doesn't really appeal to a lot of people today. Would you marry into the royal family?
My answer is no.
No.
Yeah, my answer is no as well.
I just don't believe in the royal family. I don't think people should be on another level. I think everyone should be on the same level, and I don't really understand what they do for the country, to be honest, other than to bring in tourism.
I feel like we shouldn't have anyone who is higher than anyone else for not really doing that much more.
Yeah.
I would say no.
No?
No, because I feel like royal family is it's beyond my thought, honestly. Like, it's like way above the hierarchy, and I just feel like
It's too much pressure.
yeah, I'm not ready for any like publication or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have a peaceful life.
What do you think some of the pros would be if you were in the royal family? What would make it tempting to you if you were going to say yes?
The money?
Yeah, the money.
Not having to do a daily job.
Well, I think pros is obviously wealthy. Like, you definitely can have more opportunity to see like something you probably will never see like in your life right now. But like cons.
Yeah.
No,
the pressure.
Yeah, I don't like media. No, nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And what attributes do you think you would need to be like a successful person marrying into the royal family? What type of person do you think would suit that?
I think you definitely have to be spontaneous,
Mm-hmm.
flexible, and you have to know some rules that is like underneath the water kind of thing.
Yeah,
Some
like unspoken protocol.
Yeah.
I think you've got to come from wealth, to be honest, because they pick and choose who marries into the royal family.
Yeah, that's what they prefer.
Obviously, Meghan was a bit different because she's black, so maybe I'd have a chance. But yeah, I think you got to be part of money.
And do you think in general people who marry into the royal family, do you think they are well treated, or do you think it's really people embrace them, people are quite negative towards them?
Like, for example, I will think about Diana, honestly, because like she's so free. She's like wild. She's going at it, whether from the outfit and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is something really bold and brave to do, like while you're still part of the royal family.
I think it's difficult, isn't it? I feel like the media push an agenda, and often people just sort of believe what they read, and that's maybe why. But if there wasn't the media there, then I'm sure a lot of people would be more accepting. You know, people that do love the royal family, they really love the royal family. So without the media's agenda, maybe they would be more open.
I think you can see the way Meghan was treated when she was here and why she had to go back to America, that they're not really accepting of other people than who should be in the royal family.
Like outsiders.
Yeah.
And just lastly, who do you think would be the best to marry from the royal family, and who would be the worst? And they could be dead or alive, doesn't matter.
Right, okay. Ooh. I would say Diana.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
For worst?
No, for the best.
Okay.
Yeah, for the best. I feel like she's so cool. I definitely want to know her if she's alive.
Yeah.
I'd marry Diana.
Marry Diana.
Oh yeah.
Marry Diana.
She's class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outstanding woman.
And who would be the worst?
Worst? I don't remember the name. It's like the ex for Diana.
Oh, King Charles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're firmly Princess Diana on her side.
It's got to be Philip, isn't it?
Philip,
yeah. Imagine being married to Phil.
Yeah. Not a big fan of Prince William.
Okay.
No, I think he's maybe a bit boring.
Okay.
Sorry to the future king.
Well, I guess everyone is saying no. I thought it would be a little bit more mixed. I mean, some of the positives that I would think being part of the royal family would be, you know, you get like a great platform, and if you really want to help people or like shed light on causes that really like are dear to you, then that would be a really positive thing. And obviously just having like the red carpet laid out for you and people meeting you and enjoying you know, that moment in their day, and it might be something that they tell their friends and family and their like grandkids about meeting you. But you know, that's also me thinking that I would be a popular member of the royal family, which isn't always the case. I think it's that hesitation, and with recent headlines being about unpopular royal family members and the royal family just being unpopular in general, that's probably skewed people's thoughts. After Kensington, we decided to head to Notting Hill and Portobello Market. It's a very affluent part of London, but it's also quite diverse, and we're hoping to see whether there's differing opinions on the royal family and whether people would want to marry into them. So would you marry into the royal family?
No.
And why would you?
Which royal family? The British one?
Yeah.
No. I feel like they won't like me.
They won't?
No.
So it's more, so you don't get rejected?
Yeah, because I just feel like they're going to be like, oh, there's a little Asian here. It's like...
I think I would.
You would?
Yeah.
If you found the perfect guy?
Yeah, if I liked him enough.
Yeah?
I think I would, yeah.
Yeah? What about you?
I think the real question is, would they marry into me? And that is probably going to be a no.
Oh, really? Why do you say that?
I'll probably discredit them. I'm no Kate Middleton.
Oh, okay. What about yourself?
No, I don't think I could.
No.
I think it's too much responsibilities, and I think, yeah, we'll do something stupid. No.
Yeah.
It's too much trouble.
I wouldn't do that, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
can sacrifice, my own values, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't really believe in the aristocracy. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm more into like the boho.
style.
Not as stuck up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not really, not
same.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we could go out for like a matcha.
Okay.
You know, around London.
So too restrictive then.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. And also, we're Spanish, so
yeah, and I love to feel like I'm freedom, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly,
as long as the person I'm marrying is ambitious, I feel like that's all that matters. Like if they're just like,
depend on their wealth?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But they're just lazy. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. They just want to have a lavish lifestyle and not achieve anything.
I feel like they have to be understanding too about like what I want and need, you know?
Agreed.
Like if I don't want to be in the spotlight.
I think obviously like there's a financial benefit. Be pretty cool to say that you're, I don't know, a duke or something like that. Have some land.
Yeah.
Most people can't afford houses right now, so having some land would be pretty damn cool.
What do you think would be the pros and cons of marrying into royal family?
They won't know simple things like, would they know that like you can get 2 wings and chips for £1? Like, would they know like the simple life? I don't think so.
The important stuff.
Exactly. Like, have they ever shared a Netflix account with like 10 other people?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Would you be able to like be lazy or like?
I'm sure there's some lazy royal
Did you
men.
go out to on the streets like with sweatpants and stuff? I don't think so. I like
Probably
to
not.
the Tesco and just get.
You'd get someone else to do that.
Sure, yeah, but yeah, exactly, freedom. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, but there's nothing like you can do it yourself just because you want it, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're lazy and you can go for that option, but sometimes you just want to feel like a normal person,
Yeah.
you know, and do it yourself.
Yeah.
So-
you can't turn it off. You're
Yeah,
like a royal
that's the
20.
thing. You cannot get a step back. Even if you stop being a part of them,
Yeah.
you will always gonna be there. Like
Yeah.
everyone gonna knows you somehow.
I mean, if you try to get a divorce, that's historically been a bit of a nightmare.
You have to put in your head, oh, I'm gonna lose certain part of my freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I guess you get so much power, I suppose, which evens out.
I don't know, because I think they don't actually run the show from what I've seen. It's more, what do you call them?
The firm or
Yeah, the people. Like they
the guys in grey suits.
Yeah, so like they can't live their life fully or like with freedom. So
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, we know. And I also like I trip all the time. I'm like falling all the time, like 3 times a day. Imagine like there's a path or something taking pictures and I'm on the floor.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be caught off guard somewhere and then see something posted and just
Or maybe being like looked down on
Yeah.
for not having like the same status.
Yeah. Oh,
agree.
yeah. Because it's very hierarchical.
Yeah.
Like, and what attributes? So if you're gonna, you know, someone's considering marrying into the royal family, what type of person do you think would be best suited to that?
I guess someone like Kate Middleton. That presents. You have to present yourself nicely, I suppose.
Yeah, Kate Middleton.
Yeah, she's perfect for the role.
Probably very
understanding.
understanding.
I feel like you have to understand someone.
I feel like classy. I don't know the word other than that.
Yeah, like elegant, ladylike.
Elegant,
definitely
ladylike.
elegant.
Yeah.
Probably care about like philanthropy.
Yeah.
Helping other people.
Yeah.
You like small talk
Yeah.
and fancy events.
Witty.
Oh what?
Witty.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
A people person.
I think you have to be quite elegant, no? And like
know how to conduct.
Yeah, know how to speak.
Like articulate.
You know, yeah.
I think your surname as well. You have to be someone before.
Oh okay.
Right? Yeah.
Like a Kennedy or a
Well,
or a Kardashian.
I mean, I don't think Kardashian.
Yeah. I don't
But
think it would work
someone
for us.
into that like this rich world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you have to be wealthy before?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I think it's much easier,
Yeah.
right? If like people know who you are,
Yeah.
but I don't think so.
I do not know. Someone who went to a really good private school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's already accustomed to
Yeah.
the whole arrangement.
Yeah. Thinking of people that have married in, like James Blunt didn't he?
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
He's married, yeah.
Ellie Goulding.
Ellie Goulding. I don't know anyone else, to be honest.
I think someone that could marry the royal family is someone that's like part of the royal family vibe, like, you know, giving like childhood friends or like oh, my mom knows your mom and they're gonna set us up, or like something along those lines.
So someone who's kind of already part of the whole sect, the whole scene.
Yeah.
And do you think in general, like new members of the royal family, like when they marry in, do you think they're treated well, or do you think they get a hard time?
I feel like probably a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably have to go through like training. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm making that up.
Some
I have
kind of
no
etiquette,
idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think like press and public, like they're usually quite critical of them?
Yes. Yeah.
I think they do get a rough time, but I think it's mostly it happens when you become famous. It happens to anyone that becomes famous.
Yeah.
I think people are very, very harsh on the internet. So they'd be like laser focused, looking at everything you do and like how you look.
No, I think they're very harsh. I saw a really interesting side-by-side post of when Kate was pregnant and when Meghan were pregnant, and they had the same pictures of them both, and Kate got so much love and Meghan got so much hate for the exact same thing. So they're definitely really harsh and judgmental.
They can be harsh on them, but also I think that's part and parcel with being in that kind of arrangement.
Yeah. Like the huge like speculation and like fishbowl.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get it either way, but like obviously like Harry showed that you can like kind of dip out.
Yeah.
But you still get it all.
Yeah, even worse, you could say.
I feel like they're fighting for their life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you not seen the Meghan Markle thing where she's like, I'm a Sussex now? Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that vibe. She's been fighting for her life.
As well, I think Meghan was more judgy of the royal family.
Yeah.
Of what you can see, I think she was mocking, like the how do you call it?
Curtsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what you get married into, why mocking it?
Yeah.
So maybe there is a bit of a beef between like both sides.
Who, past or present, in the royal family would you love to marry and would hate to marry?
Oh my God, Henry. I'd love to marry
Oh, Harry.
Harry? Oh, Henry.
Or Henry VIII?
No, Harry. The ginger one.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't.
Not Prince William. Oh, maybe Prince William when he was young.
Okay. Like, we had a few answers like that.
Actually, when
Yeah.
he was younger.
When he was younger.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle. Well, she's not technically in the royal family, is she?
Well, yeah, she's she's a
Is
duchess.
she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Meghan Markle. That's it.
Okay, so she's the best. Don't really know.
Yeah, Prince Andrew.
There we go. There's a good answer. And what about the worst? Any? Charles. Okay. How come?
How could you do that to Diana?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And who would you not want to marry?
Well, his brother or his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad for me.
Yeah,
his
well,
dad.
yeah.
Okay, Charles. A bit old. Bit
Yeah,
old.
exactly.
Well,
What about when he was younger?
no, cheater.
Do not. Who out of the royal family would you want to marry the least and who'd want to marry the most? Past or present?
I don't know if I can answer that question
Okay.
because I can't imagine marrying anybody but my love of my life. I'm sorry. I'm loyal to the soil. My bad, guys.
So not even hypothetically. Who do you like in the royal family? Who do you not?
Everyone, I would literally marry the Elizabeth line because that saved my life. But I wouldn't actually marry anyone in the actual physical family.
Okay. So you marry a tube stop rather than.
It's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the same. So overall, I'm pretty surprised at the reaction which I got. I thought there might be some people that would find the prospect of marrying into the royal family as appealing, but the vast majority of people I've spoken to, it wasn't something that they would be interested in. And I think that would have been very different in past generations, which really just demonstrates people's general feeling around the royal family and monarchy in general. That's it from me today. If you enjoyed this episode, then please check out other videos I have on my channel, and I'll see you next time.